Listen up, cluckheads.
You're listening to Whiskey and Whine
With Rooster and
The Madman, where we talk about common sense, current events,
the Constitution and
morals, while comparing drinks of yesteryear to drinks of today.
So sit back, relax, leave us a comment.
Here comes Whiskey and Whine.
I don't know what's going on with the mic.
No,
man.
just
so
go.
this
no.
one. No?
Yeah, that one.
All right, so this knob. Right
Yes,
here.
that
Oh,
one.
okay. Hey, is that what they call a reach around?
No, that is not a reach around.
Oh, so I mean, I had to
it's
reach,
more of like
I
a
had
reach
to
over.
Reach over, but
Knock,
No.
knock.
oh, who's there?
Recording.
Recording who?
Recording you. Get started.
Welcome back, luckheads.
I didn't even see that it was going.
Yeah. So
Hopefully we didn't get you doing the reach around.
no,
Reach over.
I'm sure they didn't catch that reach over stuff right there because you know it's a PG-13 show.
Yeah.
So is there PG-13 for radio or podcasting? Or?
You were asking the wrong clucking person.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well,
Hey, it's not like we're experts at this or anything.
No.
We're only on episode 35.
hey, but you know, if you're not going to do it, I'm going to. I'm about to dive in.
What the?
Welcome back, cluckheads.
Yeah, man, I already
You
did
already
it.
said it.
Where were you?
Yeah,
Yeah,
He just wanted to say
when
it.
did you say it?
He just always
He's got
wants to
rooster
say
envy.
it. Yeah, everybody's got rooster envy.
It's
Well, Morals doesn't have rooster envy.
it's that big beak you got there.
It's this great big beard.
That's what it's a freedom beer.
Yeah. Have you ever met a rooster without a beard? Doesn't exist in nature. They're called hens.
Well, welcome back.
on.
You know who we are. You know what we do. The Constitution, current events, common sense, and morals.
She had that zinger of a knock knock joke on us, so she's here.
It'd be nice whenever she would actually tell us before she's hitting the button.
Nah,
I
it's-
tried.
It's
You're
all
not
good,
paying
man.
attention.
It's all good. It's all good.
All right, so
all good, man.
you know what we do. We talk about current events, common sense, Constitution, and
Yeah, we-
some morals while we're comparing alcohols. But now this week we're doing a little bit different. We're not doing a high end versus low end. Rooster, what did you grab this week?
So I decided to do a Texas versus Texas comparison. They're not low end, but they're not high end. Honestly, they're in that low part of the mid range when it comes to vodkas. But
So
I
this is
decided
more
to
of
do
a
vodka.
Texas versus Texas.
Yeah,
vodka
so
challenge.
we're going to go with a couple of Texas vodkas, obviously right here from our home state, and just kind of give them a comparison. I mean, there is a price difference on them,
The
but
state of confusion.
one is actually supposed to be kind of a copy of the other. And in taste test comparisons that have been done, most people cannot tell the difference. So we're
Yeah, that's
actually
'cause-
doing a true comparison
but
here.
that's because they haven't had the refined taste.
Yeah,
of the
they've
Rooster The
never had
Madman.
Kentucky Deluxe having to go up against something else or
You know, and then we
Clan
obviously,
McGregor.
and then on top of that, you know, we got Morals over
Yeah.
here that has her American Honky Tonk Bar Association degrees. So I mean,
So we're basically looking at Austin versus Fort Worth here. So
yeah.
so the keep it weird metropolitan area versus the true metroplex.
I wonder if that's where Ranch Water's made. Is over in.
I don't
Fort
know, but
Worth.
they should just stop that.
So let me see here. So
Yeah,
tell
go
you
ahead,
what,
start it off. Start it off.
I'll go ahead and grab the Tito's.
Yep.
Well, first off, it does say vodka for dog people, so they have that going for them.
Well, I
Supporting
have
pet
dogs.
prosperity and rescue. And it is certified gluten-free because, you know, vodka made from potatoes and all that. So,
Well, yeah, you know the elusive gluten-free potato.
yeah, the gluten-free potato.
Actually, it's made from corn.
And
But thought vodka was made from potatoes.
That's a misnomer.
that's a big word.
That's
I like it.
That is a big word.
I'm trying to figure out
You're
how
a
to use that one.
misnomer.
Fake news. Not.
Oh,
Vodka's not always
fake
made from
news.
potatoes.
So vodka's not made from potatoes like in Russia?
Correct.
Well, maybe in Russia it is, but maybe
Not
in
all.
Russia it's made from potato, comrade.
In Russia.
Texas,
Strong like potato.
made from corn.
And weak American corn bells.
Yes.
Both of these are 100% corn
So then how are they gluten-free? Like corn, like all had gluten in it.
because corn has no gluten.
I'm gonna let her tell you on that one.
Corn has gluten in it.
Yeah, remind me to tell you later.
That's why you know, like people
Sorry,
have
man.
gluten
After the
allergies,
show,
they can't
I'll
have
talk to you about Santa Claus.
can't
too.
have like corn chips and stuff because it's gluten.
We'll discuss that later.
Yeah.
Just talk about the Tito.
You know what?
All right, yeah,
I'm
get
done
back to
with
the
this
Tito's.
conversation.
Get back to
So,
Tito's.
long story short, Madman's right, Moral's wrong. We're moving on. So, Tito's, handmade vodka here in Austin. It's got some long story on the back. You can read if you want to, but we're not going to.
I don't want to.
It is 4080.
That's
It's
a pretty cool red cap it's got going on.
got a nice little like orangish red cap, like that
Yes,
burnt orange, like University
but it's like
of
a
Texas.
metallic finish
But
to
it's
it.
yeah. And, you know, it's got like the
It matches the logo. Okay,
yeah.
I see.
And if you hear this,
Oh, it's not
that is not SeaWorld friendly. You can't take it to the pool. But you can recycle it and get a 15-cent refund, except for Iowa, where you can only get a 5-cent refund. Why? Because screw you, Iowa.
Yeah.
That's the reason.
Freaking
why.
Iowa.
So you know what? You think it's, oh no, it doesn't have one. You can see.
Yeah, go ahead and open it. No, it's not going to have that.
Okay,
because this was around the $16 realm for 750 milliliters. So
This one was 16.
yeah. No smell.
It just smells like vodka. It doesn't really have a good smell.
No,
Doesn't have a
smells
bad
like alcohol.
Doesn't have a bad smell. Doesn't have a good smell.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
All right.
So you want to force a shot?
No,
wanna
because
We wanna
you've
talk
been
about
breaking the
towns?
rules.
Okay. Well, cool. Whatever, man.
Do that one, then we'll pull.
I'm only got to do by my family. So, Towns Vodka from Fort Worth, Texas. They're technically, I think, the company's in Richardson, but it's distilled in Texas. This is pretty much as it was described to me, a Towns Van Zandt family vodka kind of
So
thing.
shouldn't it be named Poncho and Lefty?
Oh, you'd think that would be pretty cool, but no, they just went with Towns. They
Just
didn't
Towns.
put the Van Zandt thing on there. But that's what I heard. I don't know how accurate that is. Towns Van Zandt, obviously an American singer, songwriter here from State, Texas. I think he was born in Tennessee, but I was most.
But I mean,
notable for
but
everything he did here.
he wrote so many classic.
Yeah, he's
songs.
kind of in that outlaw category where he didn't fit into Nashville and he had to come to Texas and did a bunch of stuff.
He didn't fit into
Willie
the Nashville theory like Chet Atkins.
Yeah, he was a great guy. I mean, he had some great stuff. So, anyways, that's what this is, and it's supposed to be kind of a copy on the Tito's. From everything that was explained to me, it's pretty much the same recipe. They actually buy the water from the same water source that Tito's does. They buy the corn for the corn mash from the same lot that Tito's gets theirs. The difference becomes here in Fort Worth, obviously they have a little bit more modern distillery, so they're not using the old copper stuff. They're using whatever is
like the stainless steel, or whatever,
steel, some plastic, whatever the setup is.
And obviously, it's not gluten free.
And that's why this is approximately $6 less a bottle. No, it is gluten free. It's not certified.
It's not certified.
But it has the Texas seal of gluten free.
Doesn't matter. It's not certified.
But it's also 6 time distilled and all that stuff.
You know what? If you cluck in a box and I cluck in a box and mine gets certified, guess which one is certified at clucking gluten free? Mine.
They're both made from corn. They're both gluten free.
I want you to fact check that.
All right, so let's
Fruits
open
and
this bad
vegetables
boy
are
up.
gluten free. Wheat and barley and oats are not.
I will
corn
say,
is not an oat.
Before I open it up, on the label stuff, I actually like the Towns vodka label better
So do I.
than the Tito's. Now, Tito's obviously is bragging on their label with having the copper line in there. So, all right. So this is just a plastic cap.
Okay, hold on. Okay, we're doing the sniff test, the Biden sniff test.
Okay, so this smells different. This smells more like rubbing alcohol than Tito's does.
Let's do this Biden sniff test. Yes.
Yeah, it is a much stronger smell.
That's got a much stronger
but
smell.
a much more medicinal smell than the Tito's. So, taste test might be
So it's medicinal
close.
vodka.
Yeah, it's medicinal. It's good for you.
Yeah.
It's good for you. It's like vitamin vodka.
I mean, essentially, it's made out of corn, so it's like you're drinking a vegetable.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, you're basically
You're basically
a vegetarian at this point. So I mean,
I'm thinking about going vegan.
adds years to your
right
life,
now.
like Copenhagen. So why don't you pour some? You started with the Tito, so let's pour that.
I'm going to start with the Tito's here. Let's we can be able to tell I guess it'd be the clarity on this, right? So let's see. We're going to pour it into our skull shot glasses.
Not as in skull as in the skull vodka, but an actual little human head.
Yes, as in skull. Not skull. But skull.
Skull.
All right. Well, it looks like water. I don't know what I was expecting there.
Yeah. It's very clear, just like you would expect for a vodka. So, You want to give it a shot, or what do you want to do here?
You want to pour yours so we can do it?
We can do it, or we can do mine after. So either way.
Whatever. I'm just used to you breaking the rules, so I'm trying to figure out ways to prevent you from breaking your own rules on your show.
You want the silver?
Our show, your show.
Yeah.
Whatever.
It's really the fans' show.
Yeah.
Isn't it? We do this for the fans.
I mean, essentially, we do sacrifice our livers
ourselves for everybody.
For everybody.
Alrighty.
All right. So
this did have a pretty crappy plastic cap on it compared to the Tito's metal looking.
These look exactly the same.
They're both super clear and sniff test this one again. Now it's open. Yeah, no, you can still tell the difference. You can tell the difference.
Yeah, you can tell the difference in the smells for sure.
All right.
Well,
shot or topic?
Let's get our cluckage clinkage here for our Tito's. Here we go. And I'm not going to shoot it. I'm going to sip it.
All right, we'll sip it then.
We'll sip it. All right.
That's pretty smooth.
It is smooth. All right.
That's not bad.
Timer started. First topic.
And there's the burn.
There is the burn. January 6th.
Oh, hey, where were you on January 6th?
Man,
last year.
That was the darkest day in American history.
So what were you doing? Do you remember?
I was at work.
Yeah, same as.
I
was working too.
I went to the gym that morning.
Yeah, I've apparently missed out on every protest in America because I always seem to have to go to work.
But
it's really weird.
It was
only unemployed people can go to protests.
Our vice president.
Darkest day.
Yeah, she gave a press conference today over the darkest day in American history. Right. Now, I don't know about you, but just kind of looking back through American history, we've had some pretty dark days. I mean, from the Revolutionary War all the way up until now.
Yeah, she did compare it to Pearl Harbor.
But she compared it to Pearl Harbor
and September 11th.
And you know what? Let's think about that for a second. So with Pearl Harbor,
tragic.
I mean, it officially brought us into World War II.
Took our greatest generation to the most bloody conflict in history.
And how many people died that day?
So on that day, for January 7th, Pearl Harbor was 2,403 people were killed. All
December 7th.
December 7th, sorry.
Yeah.
What did I say, January 7th?
Yeah.
December 7th. So 2,403 servicemen lost their lives on that day during the attack.
That seems seems like a pretty dark day.
Yeah, it was pretty much most of the Pacific Fleet.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a pretty dark day. In comparison.
Now, hold on now. Let's think about 9/11. Can you remember what you were doing on 9/11?
Yeah, I remember 9/11. I was getting ready for work. I was working a second shift, so I actually had the TV on when it happened, so I watched all that.
So 9/11, I actually watched the second plane hit, and then that kind of helped shape the course of my life.
It was crazy.
Hey, Morals, what were you doing on September 11th, 2001?
I was getting ready to go to speech class for college.
So we can all remember what were you doing on January 6th, 2020?
January 6th, working.
Yeah, just another day, right?
So darkest day in American history. September 11th. How many people died on that day?
So on that day, 2,753 people were murdered in that terrorist attack. Subsequently, with days and weeks following, it rose to 2,996 fatalities.
And that also
that's a dark freaking day right there.
That was one of our first attacks on American soil.
Yeah, it was probably since Pearl Harbor. We had an attack in Alaska during World War II, but that was minor skirmish with some Marines, and it didn't really go very well for the Japanese on it. So
no.
But yeah, so we've not really had any type of invasion or attacks other than those two, and that takes us to our newest darkest day, according to the current White House administration.
Man,
and to give you some clarification of how that ranks with darkest days in history, not like it's a competition, but just for comparisons. One person was killed on January 6th.
That's close to 2,400.
Yeah, she was killed by Secret Service. They shot her through a window.
There were some overdoses.
So there was an overdose that they counted towards the death toll. Someone overdosed on some type of illicit narcotic, I guess.
Probably fentanyl, because that's coming across the border like nobody's
And then
business.
the following weeks there have been tragically there were 4 suicides by Capitol Police officers. So if you take the day and the weeks following, you have 6.
Darkest day.
6. 6. Here's my problem with calling this the darkest day, and I'm just going to jump right into it and comparing it to September 11th and Pearl Harbor on December 7th. It's absolutely just a farce to even make those type of comparisons. And they keep using the word, and remember, words have meanings, and I don't always use the right word, so I don't fault people for getting the word wrong, but they keep repeating the word insurrection. Armed insurrection.
No, man, it wasn't insurrection. It was a peaceful protest.
Well, no, they keep saying that it was out there, so... but armed insurrection, so who was armed?
I don't know, but I mean... Oh, wait a minute. No, it wasn't a peaceful protest because there wasn't any rioting or
no burning or any
looting.
Nothing got burned down. But yeah, see, it was a protest that got out of hand. So I'm not one of those people who said January 6th didn't happen and it didn't get out of hand.
It got out of hand.
It got out of hand.
And it was flamed.
And it got out of hand.
And it was
and it got out of hand quick. But I ain't never seen so many insurrectionists follow velvet rope lines into a Capitol building with doors being held open by Capitol Police. There's video of it, not making this stuff up. But they've got to stop saying it's insurrection.
Timer just went off.
Well, I know timer went off, but I'm gonna keep going on this one, and here's why.
Oh, you're breaking the rules again.
So, 0 people have been convicted of insurrection or sedition.
Okay, now I'm going to stop you right there. I know that being a former police officer and law enforcement agent, that you don't understand how that stuff works, but I saw on MSNBC and CNN that Trump was charged.
No.
Pretty sure MSNBC
There's
and
no
CNN.
federal court filing on that one. So
you know what? I'll explain it to you later. Obviously, you don't understand how this all works.
So back to my original point on it. So 0 people were convicted, right? Well, let me tell you how many people have been indicted. You want to guess? How many people have been indicted for insurrection or sedition?
At least Trump.
No. 0 have been indicted.
No.
So let's just say the courts, they don't even want to see these. The grand juries are like, no, we're
Rooster,
not indicting. Hold on.
You're just using that Fox math, man.
Pause.
Sorry.
Pause.
Dozens of people have been charged. No one has been indicted.
Oh, so they've updated. So no indicted. So we've got dozens of people charged with insurrection directly.
Correct.
But no indictments whatsoever.
No charges have been finalized.
So there must be some type of foul play here with the jury system that says, oh my gosh, dozens of people in this protest are insurrectionists, but yet we can't indict a single one.
You know who's to blame for this?
Who?
The Buffalo Shaman guy.
Oh, God. Whatever that dude was. If it wasn't him, I wouldn't even know what that conspiracy website was. I had to look that stuff up because they kept saying that. But I mean, my point is, words have meanings, and they keep calling it an armed insurrection. These people were not armed. There was no insurrection. There was no sedition. It is a protest that got out of hand. Call it for what it is. It's not the darkest day in history. What's sad is you have a political group out there trying to divide the nation so badly to set themselves up for the next election.
Okay, we've gone way over.
Sorry.
Moving on.
Wow, Morals just yellow carded you on time.
Yeah, I know. But the Target CEO did
words have meaning.
happily report that no TVs were looted and no buildings were burned that day.
Like
flag on the time. Topic.
All right, we'll move on. Let's move on.
Hold on, I'm trying to figure out the meaning, the power of this word. He.
I apologize. This one makes me a little aggravated.
It's the. Got it.
Yeah, the.
Got it. It's the word the.
All right.
So what do you think about this Tito's?
I like it. I mean, it's vodka. It's. I know I might catch a little crap for this one. It's not Svedka. Svedka's still better.
No, and the remaster was the one that actually
Svedka was
told
still
us
better.
about Svedka. Svedka was better.
Still better. The Swede's not a make.
So you know what? Let's check this right quick.
Make sure we're not having any technical errors.
Might have a technical error.
Nope, still going.
Nope.
Weird messages.
So are we going back to the? Are we going to go over to the Towns Van Zandt now?
Yeah, let's try the Town Van Zandt because that one got me a little irritated.
Here's some. Yeah,
some Poncho and Lefty.
You got a little heated on that one.
Yeah, that one. It just irritates me. You label a whole bunch of one group of people.
Nope. So. She flagged you. She flagged you.
I can tell the difference.
I can tell the difference as well.
Yeah. How about you, Morris?
Not as much burn on this one.
Yeah. It's actually a little smoother.
This one's smoother, but the smell and the taste.
It's almost a little
same.
Sweeter hint up front, but it's smoother on the back end.
If the Tito's could have the back end of Towns, yeah, I said it that way. You're welcome. Yeah. If the Tito's could have the back end of Towns, it'd be better vodka.
Yeah, it would be.
But if Towns could get the front end of
Tito's. Well, for everybody listening, before we get a yellow card on this one, for everybody listening,
I didn't even say anything that was worth a yellow card.
I'm helping you out, man. One thing that we've always noticed on this show
technically you're ahead of me this week on yellow cards.
Typically the one that loses is the one that has that bad aftertaste or that burn, almost like that, heartburny kind of thing going on. Usually the higher ends are a lot more mellow and don't have that. And I'm getting that out of the Towns, which is actually the lesser expensive one, more than I'm getting out of the Tito's.
But I don't know if you saw, since we're doing shots on these, but most people don't drink vodka as a shot unless you're like from, like Mother Russia. I got us some pink lemonade.
All right,
so that way that we can do a mixer at the end after we do our shots and see which one mixes better.
Yeah.
So that way we can put a shot in each one and see how it tastes.
Totally good.
So let's move on to topic number 2.
Topic number 2, and we're going to get flagged on
tonight,
our YouTube for this one.
And tonight on Whiskey and Whine, doom as the Omicron variant just spreads rapidly out of control.
Yeah, Omicron. That was probably my favorite Decepticon.
But you know what?
Yeah. So.
But that's okay because according to the and I know that we mentioned this last week or 2 weeks ago that the whole premise, like one of the big premises of the Biden-Harris platform was that we're going to get this under control.
Yeah, absolutely. They were going to fix it because Trump had no plan.
Trump had no plan.
No plan.
And then they came back out last week or 2 weeks ago and they said that this can't be solved at the federal level. This has to be solved at the state level.
Yeah.
And then this week, our vice president, which I know she's your favorite.
Yeah.
Gosh, she's so clucky.
Well, now we know where she is, though.
Yeah. We do know where she is.
We know where she is today.
She comes out and she says, that she pretty much, or no, it wasn't her. It was Bloomberg that copied her tweet saying that, Trump had no plan. At Joe Biden and I have a plan to stop this pandemic. And then Bloomberg tagged her tweet from that, stating that the Omicron variant has reached a higher number of hospitalizations and cases, reaching 1 million in just a day, and it was faster than anything previously.
It's on fire right now, man. It is crazy how quickly it's spreading. I can't say I've been reading that the symptoms are less on the Omicron variant versus the Delta. I don't know how severe, or less severe it is, but I know that they've said it's less severe. But I mean, yeah, so it's still out of control. They had a plan, they said, and then they said they don't have a plan. The federal government has no plan. Let the states figure it out. So I think that's a failed campaign promise right there. But I mean, unless they're trying to set records for how many people can get infected with this thing.
But one of the things that they said with the Omicron variant was that you might have more sniffling, sneezing, aching, coughing, stuffy head.
This sounds like a Pepto commercial.
Fever. And it's amazing because if you look at NyQuil, it literally says the nighttime sniffling, sneezing, coughing, stuffy head, fever.
Some White House admin trying to figure out how to write this up.
So you can rest medicine.
He probably forgot his phone in the bath. Didn't have his phone in the bathroom. He had to take one of those old school 90s, potty breaks and had to have something to read. Just read the back of a bottle.
See, in my head, it was just like, it was some staffer that was just tired of the BS.
Yeah. It's just horrible.
All right, and there was somebody going, all right, so what's this Omicron stuff? And he just goes, coughing, sneezing, nighttime, sniffling, sneezing. But anyway, so I mean,
but
then we have Fauci.
Yeah, I would say we probably should just go to Fauci with this one since the White House is
because he said that he had nothing to do with Wuhan, but
Well, he said to Congress,
Yeah,
that was a lie and he had nothing to do with it. And then he came out a couple days ago
and said that he did.
In the emails, and they proved that he did. And he still denied them. And then the evidence got to him, so he did an interview and did admit that he's been working with the Chinese communists.
Oh, wait, no.
Yeah. He caught himself when he said the word communist.
Yeah.
And he said the Chinese something. But yeah, no, he clearly said communist right up front and that he's been working with them. But it doesn't matter because it wasn't substantial. It was nothing. No big deal. It doesn't matter that he told Congress that was an absolute lie. So technically lied to Congress, which we've covered on a show, is a crime in itself.
Is a crime
and
in
it's not
itself.
a minor crime.
No, that is a federal offense.
Everybody talks about Rand Paul being, thinking he's crazy or whatever for accusing Fauci. Turns out he's telling the truth, and Fauci's the one not telling the truth. But the sad part is people don't care.
No.
They don't. They still man, I love Fauci.
Yeah.
Fauci's, I bet you there are a bunch of people out there with tattoos of Fauci.
And the thing, people forget about how, he pretty much denied a bunch of the drugs dealing even with the AIDS pandemic in the 80s. And that was one of the things with the Dallas Buyers Club that they made the movie out of.
Well, yeah, because the AIDS we were one of the hottest hit areas when it came to the AIDS pandemic.
But, Fauci always tells the truth. Oh, timer just went off.
Biden administration also failed on its home test. Promise.
So, what do we think of the town's vodka?
I think that's her way of giving you a not so yellow card.
Yeah, it's more of a ivory card at this point.
I would say it's a beige card. Well, I will say this about the Towns. It doesn't have much of the burn on the back end like Tito's did. I did like the taste of the Tito's on the front end compared to the Towns. But Rooster, we've said before, neither one of us are big vodka guys. I know that you much more prefer, your spritzers and ranch water.
Yeah, the tail of the White Claw, and, all that kind of stuff.
I mean,
and
I'm up there with Clan McGregor and Skull.
I like to hit the local pub and ask for a Cosmopolitan.
A couple of still reserves.
Yeah.
Cash
So DJ Guns, he had a little thing on New Year's Day, right? And I just didn't see how I could show up if I didn't bring some Steel Reserve for him.
Did you want him to feel prickly on the inside?
I wanted him to start the New Year's.
Yeah.
Prickly on the inside. All right, so we're going to... Do you want to do the side-by-side or do you want to do the mixed drinks first?
I think we still owe side-by-sides to the listeners because it's about the listeners.
All right, so which one you want to do first?
Let's do Tito's. We start with Tito's.
Let's start with Tito's, all right.
Okay.
I mean, it's smooth.
Vodka. It
tastes like, vodkas.
So what you expect a vodka
It's the potatoes and corns vodkas.
The corns vodkas.
Corns and potatoes vodkas.
No potatoes.
Potatoes vodkas.
Corn.
The potato, is that with an O-E or just a...
I think it's an O-E-S apostrophe S.
So this is a little sweeter. I mean, it just feels just a tad bit sweeter. And like I said, the back end aftertaste is not the same. But it's really, really close.
These two are...
They are alarmingly similar.
These two are very alarmingly similar. As far as shots go, I honestly kind of prefer the Towns just because it doesn't have the burn.
Yeah, I mean, normally I like my alcohol to be a little less sweet, but
Towns. I'm not a big sweet person, but
and I keep playing in the back of my head on the Towns, and I won't get ahead of who's the winner on this one for me because we still have to do the mixers. But at $5 less a bottle.
Wait, the Towns was $5 less?
Towns was $10 a bottle.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Well, vodka, like rum and like a lot of your liqueurs, is normally served in shots chilled. So that might make
that'd
a
have been
difference
good
too.
if these were cold, yeah.
Thanks for telling us that now. It's almost like We would have expected that from somebody that had like their American Honky Tonk Bar Association certifications or something.
I mean,
well, we can come back to that.
Animals here. We're drinking at room temperature.
When I specifically requested it to be slightly chilled. You know what? Let's go over to the mixed ones.
So which one's the mixer here? The
Tito's is in the
Simplify
etched glasses.
So the Tito's are in
on
these
the website. giftedchicken.com.
Giftedchicken.com.
Are these the acid etched ones? Are these the acid etched ones?
They are acid etched ones.
So they're dishwasher friendly.
They are dishwasher friendly, and if you run your thumb over the acid etch, it's smooth as the day you were born.
I don't know about you and me, but I came into this world kicking and screaming and covered in somebody else's blood.
Yeah, well, whatever.
All right. So let's get some clinkage going on here. Here we got our Tito's and our giftedchicken.com glasses.
That's pretty good.
That is really good.
That's pretty good.
That's really, really good.
That is dangerously
really good. What is the lemonade? We got to give the shout out to the lemonade.
It was honestly the 7-Eleven brand lemonade.
It is the 7-Eleven Select Organic Lemonade Strawberry Fruit Juice Drink with no preservatives.
Wow. That is
that's good.
That's an outstanding drink.
Organic.
I would drink that.
That's good. I like it.
You know, it's summer. You're out by the pool. You can't take your
Tito's
out there because the fact that it's not pool friendly.
It's Friday night. You're in the dungeon.
John Kerry's over in the corner.
You're feeling pretty.
I have to say that I wouldn't picture you guys voluntarily drinking a dainty little pink drink.
Hey,
what happens in the dungeon stays in the dungeon. Overlord knows
it's
that.
2022, right? So it's,
Yeah, I mean, it's...
So, I don't know.
Don't
ask,
nothing. Don't tell. Don't ask, don't tell, don't drink.
Do they have one that's not pink? Like a regular lemonade?
I mean, is this pink or is this pink? There's a difference between pink lemonade and
salmon
pink
color.
Lemonade. Same with the fish.
It's like the shirts that I used to own. And people are like, is that a pink shirt? It's salmon. It's a salmon color.
It's
right,
not
you know
in
what?
the box
Let's test the other one.
Oh yeah. Okay. Let me go try that one here. Well, I guess he doesn't want to clinkage with us. All right.
Clinkage.
As I make some slurping noises. Okay. Well, that is different when you mix it.
It most certainly is.
Tito's is way smoother.
That is.
When it's mixed.
Did you notice the difference, Morals?
I do notice a difference, and I would go the other way. I think because of the sweet addition, adding the sweet to the lemonade, I prefer the Towns with the strawberry.
Let's go back.
You know what? That requires that.
Yeah, let's go back.
I haven't even given my opinion yet.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Okay. I'll let you give your opinion, then I'll talk about go back.
All right. So if you like, I don't think you could go wrong with either one of these mixed. I'm just going to say that from the very beginning. I do think that if you don't prefer a sweeter drink, the Tito's mixed with the lemonade is the way to go. If you prefer a sweeter drink, then it's the Towns. I do think that the Towns mixes better with the lemonade, with like what the Morals is saying.
What?
Me personally, I don't prefer something super sweet, so I like the Tito's, but I think she's right. I think that it mixes better having the Towns.
So Towns mixed tastes more like an adult beverage. Tito's mixed tastes just more like a really good lemonade.
That's a good way to put it. Yeah,
the Tito's makes it taste like a spiked lemonade.
Yeah.
Whereas
this tastes like something that you would
a cocktail.
Yeah. That's a good way to put it.
They're both good. I mean, they're better mixed. I mean, hands down, they are both better.
I wouldn't
mixed.
kick Overlord out of the dungeon for eating crackers if he was drinking one of these and sharing it. But I mean,
I would because he always puts it on. Never mind.
Well, yeah. All right, so you know what time it is?
Oh, well, this is our normal time for the
big FUs.
So we're going to mix up the big FUs a little bit. We're just going to talk about some fun stuff. We've been talking about some politics. I know I had a topic that was going to highly irritate me, so I just tried to put some fun stuff in here. So
how about Signs of the Apocalypse for 500, Alex?
All right. So what is raining fish?
Sir, I'm going to need you to back that up. It is technically called Animal Rain.
Animal Rain, in Texarkana. So yeah, you heard it right. It rained fish in Texarkana. It's known as Animal Rain.
And apparently this isn't the first time because it's got its own name.
Yeah, when I heard about it, I wasn't actually super surprised because I remember reading a story in an old article, because sometimes they just kind of rehash on this day, in history kind of thing. And I think it was a Fort Worth Star-Telegram or something I was reading on. It was back in Fort Worth in the 1970s. It rained fish on the side of Fort Worth that's out there by Lake Azle.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, hold on, Morals, didn't you say something about raining frogs at some point?
Yeah, that's the reason why they call it Animal Rain, because it's not just fish that it picks up.
And remember, that part was in the Old Testament. It's one of the signs, man. It's sure it's in the back somewhere where minnows hit your backyard. It's Jesus is coming.
Well, I mean, so imagine, that,
Hey, wonder if that's where he fed everybody with one fish. He just made it rain fish.
You know what? I don't know. But imagine this, all right?
Biblical logic, care of the
With
rooster.
all the stuff that's going on
That's right.
now, for the people that have read the New Testament, all the stuff that, like you read about in Revelations and everything. It's Sunday. You're coming out of church. There's a nice little storm going on. And then all of a sudden, as you're getting in your station wagon to carry the family back home, there's fish falling on your windshield.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's like something from a Mel Brooks movie, man.
Yeah, I mean, I guess Farmers has covered that kind of damage before.
They've
seen everything. But I was just thinking, because I love to fish, I'd be thinking, wow, this is amazing.
We're like, okay, so first off, is this covered by the game warden? Is he going to come check the size and limit on these?
Is there a limit on this one? Because I believe these are yellow bass.
Because honestly, I got like a whole crap ton of them.
Yeah. But the funny thing on this one is, it does go back to that biblical connotation of, you teach a man to fish, or you give a man a fish, he'll eat for a day. You teach a man to fish, and he will be broke for the rest of his life, on a bass boat.
Or,
all that kind of things.
It could have been Confucius.
I think it was John or somebody wrote that. Maybe it was Luke.
It could have been Confucius, or it might have been Ron Swanson that said,
Swanson.
like give a man a fish and feed him for the day, or don't give a man a fish and feed yourself. It's fishing and it's not that hard.
But yeah, so that's our fun one when it comes to the Animal Rain. So it is an end time apparently thing in Texarkana. I feel sorry for you people. Maybe get some pink lemonade and some Towns vodka, man, and just go out in style. The next one is Antonio Brown. This is Wild World of Sports, NFL, not a Cowboys thing right here. I'm bringing back the Wild World of Sports. Remember that?
So for topic number 2, I will take athletes who squandered their career for no reason for 800.
Yeah. What is Antonio Brown of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? So this last Sunday, Antonio Brown was asked to go back into the game. It wasn't going well. He said he wasn't going back. He apparently refused from his head coach the directive to go back in the game. So they told him to leave the field. He then apparently throws some type of temper tantrum. He started shedding gear, took his jersey off, his pads off, threw him into the stands, and then walked in the locker room. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers responded with cutting him from the team before the day's over. And again, remember, this is right before the playoffs.
All I'm going to say is he's not the first person that's been fired from a job for taking his shirt off and throwing it, into the audience, because there was this one time I was working at this restaurant and I just got this tin top and I was like, screw this. And I just disrobed and, threw everything.
Moving on.
Yeah, they don't like that at Sawgrass.
Or Subway.
It's not that kind of restaurant.
My bad. I thought it was legs and eggs.
Yeah. So anyways, so he cost himself $1 million bonus.
And this isn't even the guy. This isn't even the guy's like first tantrum.
No, he's been in trouble with every team he's been with. So, but he says, he did have a statement. He said that he had a severe ankle injury and they were trying to force him to play on it.
Well,
and given his background of being in trouble with other teams, I'm sure that's a legit story.
Oh, timer just went off. I don't really know how legit that
$1 million tantrum. And he's probably going to have a hard time getting on another team. that's any good anyway.
Well, I'm sure that his bank account over the past few years, really
he's a millionaire. What's he care, right?
Yeah. But,
so, all right, man. So what do
you think about these mixed drinks, Morals?
I agree that they definitely are both better mixed.
So mixed Towns or Tito's?
Mixed. I'm going to go with the Towns because I like the sweeter. I like the bitterness off the lemonade.
Okay. Madman, mixed Towns or Tito?
I'm not a big sweet person. I kind of like the spike taste.
Yeah.
So once again, there's neither one of them are bad. Personal preference, I'm going to go with the spiked Tito's top.
I too am going to go with the Tito's on the mixed.
On the mixed. But now on the shots, I will go with the Towns.
If I'm drinking straight, I'm going Towns. Towns.
Well, see, for shots, I want it to burn. I want the Tito's.
All right, the Tito's. So we've got 2 for Tito's on the mix.
You want it to
1
burn.
For Towns.
We know where to send you.
I suggest you see a doctor and get rid of that,
or just go to the dungeon. Just go to the dungeon.
So we have a split decision on this one. So, but I'm hearing more, obviously on the on the Tito's for the mix. So for mix, we have a winner of Tito's, and for straight, we have a winner of Towns. It's a weird split decision.
Yeah, but you know what? The best thing you can do on this one is just go out and sacrifice your own liver.
Yeah.
That's really.
And neither one of them is going to break the bank, so
no.
I think you're in good shape on that one. So,
but now, that being said, if it was like super hot and we were out by the pool or something, I'd agree with the Morals, and I would go with the sweeter one. I mean, can you kind of see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, it could go either way. So I'm going to go ultimately all around. I'm going to go Towns just because of the budget. Because I don't think
agree.
There's a big enough difference that I need to spend the extra on Tito's.
The difference, when you take in the price point, is insignificant.
$5 a bottle.
Yep, I would go ahead.
Towns for the winner, people. I did not expect that. I really expected Tito's to be the winner.
Well, bringing it back to DFW, baby.
Yeah, it's budget.
We're not keeping DFW very weird.
No, we don't keep it weird. We keep that crap down there.
All right, you've been listening to episode 35 of Whiskey and Wine with the Rooster and the Madman and the Morals. Tune in next week where we talk about more common sense, current events, the Constitution, and the Morals will be here.
Yeah,
so remember, in a world full of chickens,
be a rooster.
You're listening
to Whiskey and Wine.
Thanks for tuning in to Whiskey and Wine with the Rooster and the Madman, where you can catch brand new episodes every Saturday at 4 p.m. on Deep Dallas Radio on Locked and Loaded with DJ Shane Guns.
Special thanks to our sponsor, GiftedChicken.com, home to all your beard, bath, and body care needs. Veteran owner-operator right here in North Texas. Remember to pick up a bottle of Overlord's Dungeon Oil. It's 100% all-natural coconut oil.
Leaves you prickly on the insides.